I can't tell you how inspiriting it is to see so many people devoted to this art, giving their time here these days to focus on what is so central to us and so often invisible or intimate, quietly at home under the radar. One of the things in our time that made poetry most visible was the wonderful series of events initiated by my colleague Robert Pinsky when he was poet laureate, the favorite poem nights from Project. And many of you, I imagine, went to some of those occasions, yes, where people recited poems that mattered to them. I was in a particularly dire mood about the fate of poetry when I went to such an event. I had been thinking, I and my friends spend so much time obsessing about the position of the comma in line 3, when an eager public is not awaiting news of this decision. How are we to think about this? In that mood, I went to, it was in Houston, Texas, and I went to our local bookstore to listen to such a reading. This is called Apparition, Favorite Poem. The old words are dying. Everyone forgets them. Pages falling into sleep and dust, dust and sleep, burning so slowly you wouldn't even know there's a fire. Or that's what I think half the time. Then at the bookstore, a young man reciting, slight for 14, blonde, without irony, but not self-important either. His loping East Texas vowels threaten to escape the fence of pentameter. His voice seems to have just arrived here, but the old cadence inhabits anyway. He makes the poem his own, even as he becomes a vessel for its reluctance to disappear. All right, maybe they perish, but the boy has the look of someone repeating a crucial instruction that must be delivered word for word as he has learned it. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. One more poem. This morning, if you were here, you had the pleasure of hearing, I think, 3 poems which evoked the mysterious power and allure of the dress. And I'm not one to leave that subject alone. This poem draws its title, Esta Noche, from the name of a bar in the Mission District, the barrio in San Francisco, a place that was there for decades and recently closed down due to the gentrification of the neighborhood. Esta Noche. In a dress with a black tulip sheen, La Fabulosa Lola enters late, mounts the stairs to the plywood platform, and begs whoever runs the wobbling spot to turn the lights down to something flattering. When they halo her with a petal tone gel, she sets to haranguing, shifting in and out of 2 languages like gowns or genders to please have a little respect for the girls, flashing the one entrancing and unavoidable gap in the center of her upper teeth. And when the cellophane drop goes black, a new spot coronas her in a wig fit for the end of a century, and she tosses back her hair, risky gesture, and raises her arms like a widow in a blood tragedy, all will and black lace, and lip syncs you and me against the world. She's a man you wouldn't look twice at in street clothes. 200 pounds of hard living, the gap in her smile sadly narrative, but she's a monument in the mysterious permission of the dress. This is Esta Noche, a Latin drag bar in the Mission, its black door a gap in the face of a battered wall. All over the neighborhood, storefront windows show all night shrined hats and gloves, wedding dresses, first communions, frothing lace, gowns of perfection and commencement, fixed promises glowing. In the dress, the color of the spaces between street lamps, Lola stands unassailable. The dress in which she is, in the largest sense, fabulous. A lesson, a criticism and colossus of gender, all fire and irony, her spine's perfectly erect, only her fluid hands moving and her head turned slightly to one side. She hosts the pageant Wednesdays and Saturdays, and men come in from the streets to the trains and the repair shops, lean together to rank the artifice of the awkward or lovely Lola welcomes onto her stage. Victoria, Elena, Francie, Lame pumps and stockings, and always the rippling night pulled down over broad shoulders and flounced around the hips. Liquid, the black silk of Esta Noche, proving that perfection and beauty are so alien they almost never touch. Tonight, she says, put it on. The costume is license and calling. She says you could wear the whole damn black sky and all its spangles. It's the only night we have to stand on. Put it on. It's the only thing we have to wear.
Mark Doty.